So last week's episode of Platinum End kind of already gave me some insight that Mirai might be a big old buffoon. I mean, like a walking literal idiot. Like, not just like, oh, he might not be book smart, he could be the smartest kid in class, but just street smart wise, this dude is a flat out dumb ass for real. And this episode solidified that even more so. Like, Mirai had this thought, okay? So Metropol, let me start here. Let me start here. I got a lot to say. Metropoliman, okay, in this anime. Okay, actually, you know what? Let me take 3 seconds back. I'm gonna take 3 seconds back before I say Metro anything. I'm digging this anime, okay? I'm digging the anime. It makes me frustrated, like a lot, but it doesn't make me frustrated like I don't want to watch. It doesn't make me frustrated like, oh, I think it's trash. I think it's still a pretty good anime. I don't think it's gonna like crush the my anime list and make any records, but I would say it's somewhere in the ballpark of like a 7.8, something like that. I'd probably give some episodes, like so far we have 4. I'd probably give like last one like a 6. I'd probably give this one like a 7. I'd probably give the first one like a 9. I'd probably give the second one like an 8. So I would say it would balance out to be, about a decent, like a really strong 7 to like a, almost 8, but kind of like right under that anime. Okay, I'm gonna start there just because I don't want anybody going like the first 30 seconds. He hates the anime, blah blah. You know what I mean? So I want to just put that energy out there that I'm liking it. All right, now I'm about to go back where I was gonna say. So we got Mirai, the big old dumbass walking buffoon, and he thought that he could just walk into the stadium after Metropoliman has basically flexed his muscles, and he has basically made himself like the alpha freaking god candidate so far. Dude staged a bank robbery, or he went to a bank robbery. I don't want to say he staged it, but he staged a thing to where he was going to save them, but he just killed these dudes. He has no remorse for life, no hesitancy to kill whatsoever. So much so that he went and set up one of the other god candidates already. He yeeted and deleted one of the god candidates already. Then he puts this energy out there of like, I just want to like talk to you guys, whatever. But he sets it up in a stadium where he has an audience, he has an area to fly in and out. He has solidified himself that if anybody doesn't have wings, they're basically screwed by being inside this baseball stadium. Then you got these other fools who are gonna attack him like idiots, right? They're just gonna come in and attack him. But before we even get to that point of them attacking, Mirai's gonna go like, well, I think I'm gonna go. I think I might have a chance to shoot him with my arrow. Like, bro, you don't know anything yet. Like, you haven't really witnessed this dude. And don't mind you that the beginning of last episode, all you did was go to school and you immediately got outed. Like, no big event happened besides homeboy walking into his first day of school, and he couldn't even make his first day. He got shot with the red arrow by the girl he likes. And he thinks, well, maybe I can shoot him. Maybe I can make it happen. Maybe I can be the winner. Maybe I can be like a superhero. You're a freaking moron. It's just so baffling. So then I get back, Metropoliman does his whole thing. That he ends up going, he takes Saki with him, poor girl. He drags her with him. This whole time they could have been with their angels watching this, from the apartment, from their house, on the TV, from the telly, safely, watching everything go down, notate everything that's happening, make a plan, make sure that they understand the abilities of people who showed up, make sure they understand the abilities of Metropoliman. If he's there to murder people, get an idea of how he did it and why, and whether he had good intentions or bad. If he had good intentions of just talking to people, then they would have just witnessed a conversation on the TV. If he didn't, then they would have they would have seen the murders happen on the TV. But instead, they're there in the stands, and their angels get to watch safely from home. So they're there. He drags his poor Saki with him, and these dudes show up. And I want to know, like, what the hell is up with these costumes? Like, is there just like a costume store where they can just go get like a $9,000 like suit that is just like like Transformers looking like Power Rangers? This is just like a normal thing that people can just easily obtain. Like, that is the silliest thing in the world. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. It's dumb. But regardless, like they have these ridiculous ass looking suits, and these two dudes they show up and they think they can punk Metropolitan Man. Well, they fail drastically, and Metropolitan Man pulls the wool over their eyes, and he has a human, stand in who he's been controlling, and he quickly, I'm kind of flashy for, but he quickly changes spots with him, and he gets them distracted by getting other two idiots who are in these suits. And they come, and they're baffled because he's like, "Oh, there's more than one way to control somebody. You don't just gotta pew pew them with arrows. You can control them by other means." And they're like, "Oh, how do you do it?" He's like, "Money. You pay them a lot of money." He's a rich dude. You pay them lots of money, and people do stupid shit for it. That's how it happens. And they're like, "Oh," and yeah, immediately he's like, "I'm Metropolitan Man," and then he shoots them. Right? He yeets them. He deletes them. And he kills the one dude with his white arrow. He hits the other dude with the red arrow. He brings in the girl who he had already shot with the red arrow earlier on in the episode. He ties them together, and then he threatens them. And then he ends up, like, his intention was to kill as many candidates as possible. Like, I don't know how these other people, like, they're just not putting it together. Like, I feel like, how when you watch a horror movie and you know that some psychopath with a knife is circling around your cabin, and then you have the one dude, he's like, "I'm gonna go look," and you're like, he's not making it back. He's gonna just go die. He's like, "I'm gonna go look." Like, he's out there. "You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man." He dies, and then you scream at the theater, you scream at your TV, like, "Don't go out there, Mike." That's how I feel watching this. Well, anyways, I know I keep ranting about this. It's just really frustrating. It's really frustrating. But you watch it. He ties him up, and he shoots the one dude with the white arrow, because he tries to flutter away, because he proves a point that, hey, the red arrows, although you can control them, when you bring death into the mix, there's like a fight or flight thing that occurs within somebody. So he attempts to get away to not die, even though he's being controlled by the red arrow. And he almost rips the poor girl's arm off by trying to fly away. Then you have her, right? And it's her turn to now get murdered, and her angel begins, going to her savior. She ends up being like trying to be like her saving grace, saying like, "Oh, anybody out there, help her." And the other girl's like, "Snot and help me," you know what I mean? And they're all screaming, "Help!" And Saki's going nuts. She's like, "I can't watch this, no." And the whole time, I'm watching this. You guys can go check out my reaction. I'm like, Mirai, do not, like, close your ears, close your eyes, just walk out the stadium, take Saki's hand, and say, "We're leaving. We're gonna get out of here. We go live," like, and just walk out. But instead, he begins like puffing his chest, like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get this ring. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." And you're just like, what kind of effing idiot is this dude? Best case, depending on how the anime goes, best case, he doesn't defeat Metropolitan Man, because Metropolitan Man, he's like the dude. He's like the guy. But he does something to where he can just make it out. They save the girl, and they just make it out barely. Someone gonna get injured. Maybe they out themselves, and the girl still kind of gets injured. She ends up dying anyways. Who knows? Or that's it. That's all she wrote. He gonna go. He gonna get killed by Metropolitan Man. Like, I don't see him going in and just suddenly killing Metropolitan Man and getting one over on him. Like, I don't see that happening, like, at all. But that's kind of where we got left off on. We got left off on this cliffhanger. And Mirai's just a really, like, I know, he was borderline about to kill himself, and he's, sad boy Mirai and all this stuff. But it's like, in some moments, he shows this great aptitude for not being smart, but like intelligence. And in other moments, he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go save her." He's like, "Saki about to cry. I gotta go do it for Saki." And you're just like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know. I don't know. There's just some writing in anime and just in shows in general sometimes. It just really, really gets under my skin. So, I mean, this is almost just like a rant, but like, did I enjoy watching it? I don't know. A little bit. Again, like I said, I feel like this anime is going to continue to do an ebb and flow throughout the remainder of the season. Like, you're going to have like, this episode's a 6. You know, and I don't want to put ratings and stuff, but this episode's bad. This episode's great. This episode's good. This episode's fantastic. This episode's shit. You know, it's gonna kind of do an ebb and flow. And I think what I said, you know, is like this anime still has. They're still good here. Just the first episode was just so damn good. I just had like some different expectations, and it's kind of like it hooked me, and then it's like, oh, we got you. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm off base. You know, drive me into the pavement in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think. Yell at me, yelling back at you guys down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys being here regardless. I'm going to see you guys next week for episode number 5. And, yeah. Hope Mirai lives. Peace out, everybody.